So welcome back, and let's continue to add the details to this fabric or cloth. So what I want to do here, it's only, the textile is only dropped down, it's not modified in any way. So what it's possible that I want to do is, before we simulate it, I want to offset it a bit. So what we can do, if we add a vellum brush, a really nice node. I use it too rarely, so I'm glad I'm using it now. So if I start to brush it around like this, you see that I can actually kind of in live um, brush it. Whoops. Okay, I made something here. I need to I redo it from the beginning. So vellum brush, and inside here I, with my mouse middle button, I scroll to change the size, and then I just pull and drag like this. Really nice. So by doing this, it doesn't get so uniform and more random when you simulate it. So once again, simulate it, and it's not really falling exactly the same way. So what's really nice here, let's say we really like this state, but we want to kind of iterate on it. And you see we have, let's say we have frame 60. I like even numbers. So then we just do time shift. So this node, if we do Control Shift and click here, we remove the code. So if I go back, Control Z, and click on this one, so this is actually what it says in here, and we want to remove this code. You can see it's green, so code or script, whatever you want to call it. So if I do Control Shift and click here, we remove that code, and $F picks up the frame. That's why it says 60. So now it's hard coded to always put 60. So whenever we do like this, it will always pick the frame 60 from the node advanced. So now we can be in frame 1 again, and I'm gonna wait with this vellum process stuff, and actually gonna do a clean node and just save. So if we do this hat UV, remove all attributes with a star, but if we do a hat, then save this attribute. So if I middle click on the time shift, you see there's a lot of stuff saved here, and UV in the vertices. And if we middle click here, you see we only have the UV attribute saved. I kind of like to clean it up like that. And then we do again a vellum cloth. We keep the default values here, and then we do a vellum brush again. And now we can modify this. So if we drag this around like this, you see it works as intended, but there is no collision. So if I Control Z, back to this state again, we just need this node, the collision, you know. So we just drag this one up here, and we have collision. So if I drag now, you see it reacts to the mesh. So that's nice. So you know we have the wheels here. I want to pull it inside a bit, and actually we don't have the plane, the ground, so we could do like this, and that could cause error later when we simulate. So make sure you don't pull it down too much. And maybe we just want to drag this part in a bit, make it less predictable and looks like more handmade. Then we can just settle everything down with a vellum solver again, the same as above. And we could add the ground position. So the thing is, sorry, the thing is here, this one, you see now it's in frame 1, right? And this one will pick frame 60. So the result of 60 is saved in this time shift. So that's why we can start from 1 again down here, because this time shift has mentioned use frame 60 even though you changed the time bar down here. So that makes it we can simulate this again, and you see it doesn't look relaxed. We just need to simulate a few frames to make it relax and feel more believable. So yeah, this is frame 50 and I'm happy with that. So we're gonna do time shift again, and I'm gonna control shift click on the frame to hard code that we're gonna have 50. So this is nice. So, and also we have this jagged thing here, but we're just gonna use this vellum post and add it together. And yeah, so there are some jagging going on. So instead of doing subdivision, okay, I'm gonna show you this. So if we do blur up here, you see it picks the shapes, it kills the shapes. I think that's because it's doing blur on this mesh, and afterwards we add the subdivision. So instead I want to here, as you can see it, this jagged stuff, we just do a subdivision first, and then we do a new vellum post process. And in this one we're going to do the blur, because then we do the blur after we've done the subdivision, and then you will see it smooths it out even better, and also it will keep the shape up here much better. So that's why I wanted to have it like that. And if we plug it in, and we could check, if we just do a save for this one and see the result here, you see it feels much more human touchy, so to speak, right? Yeah, so this is pretty much it. Now there are some other cool features that I wanna show you. So when I select when I box select like this and press A and then press and hold and drag down, I just organize and clean like that. I like to organize the notes a little bit, and you can do it in a lot of ways. Put colors and boxes, but I'm not going to do that now. But what I want to do is I want to add some kind of feature to this, and I'm gonna make sure we can see it. This is a good spot. So if we do this feature, mask by feature, I don't know if you will see it when you work or not, but that could be because you haven't loaded the side FX slabs. So by doing that, you do this let's see, where is it? Make sure you have this one here, and update toolset here. So in this feet mask by feature, there is some really nice thing going on. So this is like the first one is, let's see, direction and shadow. You can see shadow is ticked on. We can remove it. Doesn't really, well, it does matter. I'm gonna show you. So, and if we tick, so this is the direction. It's the same thing as doing the normal in a shader, but what's cool here, if you do the cast shadow, you can see that this part that is covered, if you look from above in here, it won't get affected because it's kind of shadowed, right? So let's say you have snow from the above, and you of course don't want the snow in here because the snow doesn't fall down and bend in. So that's a really nice feature. So, and this you can save in the vertex color, but we're not going to use this. We're going to use ambient occlusion, and we're gonna remap ambient occlusion, and I'm not sure why we not see it. I'm gonna do, so what's happening here, this ambient occlusion is saving an attribute called exposure. So on the points you can see okay, so there's a lot of attributes here. You can see them here, right? So if we just attributes expose X, okay, it's not saved there. Okay, here it is. So you can see it's a float, but we need to transform this to a vector. And the way to do this, I tend to do it just the Wrangler. There are other ways to do it, but I just do on each point. You see we have points here, so the exposure is on point. Then we're gonna do create CD attribute. CD stands for color, and it's a default name, so always use CD, then it's used as a color. Is equal to a float, and at means we are picking up the value exposure. And if we blue flag this one, now we see the values from the exposure. So what's going on here, ambient occlusion, we want to calculate it, so we press here. Okay, now it works, so we actually see the preview here, and I'm gonna just drag it around here to find what you want. So let's say we're happy with this, or actually we can just do a little bit more just to show it really works. And here we okay, we need to remove this attribute here, otherwise we won't see the other ones. CD, we have the values here, and it's black here. And now if we do it, save. Sorry. So now we have the that vertex color in here. So let me just find some vertex color here. Yeah, so you can see the vertex color picks up the blackness here, right? And you can use that in your shader for something. So in this case, this one has ambient occlusion, just amp. No, I'm thinking what I'm thinking about. Okay, so it's actually inverted. So if we do here, and we just do invert, so now it's looks like this, and we save it, save, and go back to Unity. You can see it the other way around, so we cannot add this where it seems to get stuck more dirt or stuff like that, right? So this is kind of everything. Well, except I'm gonna show you another one thing. So let's say you want LODs, of course. This is super easy. Here we have them here, and the name is fabric. So this is the file, right? This is the one we've been using. And if we want a LOD, we could. There are more ways to do it, but this is one of the other ways. So if we just copy paste these three nodes, and in this one we're just going to change the LOD 1 to LOD 2, and a very powerful node. I know some companies just bought Houdini because of this tiny node or feature of Houdini. It's very powerful to poly reduce. So here you can, if I do wireframe and I'm just dragging down the resolution on the mesh. So W is the shorthand for this. And then you can see here, if I middle click with a mouse button, the wheel mouse, you can see up here it says primitives 40,000, while actually closer to 39,000. And on this one, you can see the primitives is down to 5,000. And here you could actually, there are many ways to put it, but we can just go further down. Yeah, and yeah, this is a good LOD for further away. So this is the difference. So this is LOD 2, and we already put the name in, save to disk, and in Unity, now we have this number 2 here, and if we press this one, so we can see the resolution. Yeah, you see it's a very big difference. So we just take the same material and see how it behaves. And this is a LOD. And they are looking pretty nice. So yeah, this is how simple it is to make cloth, fabrics or textiles in Houdini for, well, doing assets, of course, not only for Unity. So I really hope you enjoyed this, so thank you so much for watching. And also, if you want to see a tutorial about this shader, I have it also, and you're free to check that one out. Thank you.